What up? It's your boy T-Bear and reaction to Today's Wrestling Wednesday. So we're going to continue from WrestleMania, Wrestling Flashback with the newest video that came out. 10 more times WWE fans hijacked the match. Like I said on the previous one, majority of the time when fans hijack the match because it's unfortunately a negative reason why, because they don't like the match. They don't like the match or the match itself because of the storyline, because of the superstars involved, the booking, everything. Fans are going to hijack it, you know what I mean? And at times can be very energy draining, mood killing moments of WWE. Because you try and enjoy it, but fans kill them. Try enjoying it while watching on TV, but the fans ruin it as well too. It may have their reasons, but still kill the moment though. But there's times there that fans hijack matches for a good way to hype up a superstar you like. Mainly face or at time for Hills well too. And you know, during like the mid to late 2000, the late 2000 and the early 2010s, the mid 2010s, WWE was going through what I call the bizarre world for a minute as well too. Other than that, let's check out 10 more times WWE fans hijack a match. Let's get it.
1, 2, is this on?
One of the ways fans voice their displeasure is by derailing and taking over matches and segments.
This place is insane.
Yep.
They're chanting. They're not insane. They're brilliant. They're chanting my name. They've gone nuts.
Crowds usually do this by frequently chanting negative things, or by finding ways to entertain themselves while ignoring the action in the ring. Doing this can be a form of protest, or it can simply illustrate an audience's indifference to what's being presented to them.
I think they're chanting, "We want Lesnar."
Join us as we go through several matches that were negatively affected by an audience, as well as 2 examples where crowd hijacking was done positively. Here are 10 more times fans hijacked the match. We start with a match that featured the ever-polarizing Roman Reigns going against someone who the audience didn't care for in Jinder Mahal, occurring at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2018.
Good old days when Roman was the face, but
it was clear the people weren't going to be into this match right from the beginning, as the Chicago faithful rained down chants for one of their hometown favorites.
Simply a spectator,
CM Punk.
much like we are.
This was followed by a boring and NXT chants.
Looking to strategize with Sunil.
Fans later showed their appreciation for someone they'd see wrestle later in the night. Chicago then let us know what they thought of the match.
And I do like the gameplay. I don't like you getting sucked in, or the rest of us.
The crowd then went back to ignoring the action in the ring.
20, 30 minutes deep in the big
more face ring, man.
By this point, the audience's attention
and
was...
it's cause them fuckers there while we dealing with this reign and terror cousin of them, because they feeling like they're punishing the fans, rewarding Roman Reigns by him beating Hill and getting his this goddamn reign and terror shit just cause the fucked up fans here who's giving him shit when he's baby facing. Now because of them we suffering from this bullshit. So thank you, dickhead fans for not rooting for the baby face as you're supposed to. But anyway, reason I say that though, because a lot of folks saying that's the reason. One, there's folks on the internet, especially in these special groups, saying that's the reason because folks was downplaying as well. So they're enjoying this reign and terror because of them fucked up them dickhead fans. And folks also agreeing that they agree that the reign and terror Triple H had was well deserved because of the curtain call. So curtain call, I'm not gonna be mad too much about it. Broke kayfabe, I kind of know, but to the fans who was shitting on Roman Reigns during his babyface run, thanks to fuck a lot, because now we gotta deal with him as a heel, being this asshole heel that's hijacking, holding the damn belt for hostage on some reign and terror bullshit. The price won't even drop it at WrestleMania 40 because of you dumb fuckers. But anyway, let's keep going, because these fuckers at this crowd right here, that's part of it. So let's keep going.
Was directed off camera to a beach ball that was quickly confiscated by security.
It's final. It is what it is. But sometimes when if you were giving a
Let's Go Beach Ball chants soon followed. Some of the last pieces of hijacks saw the fans perform a wave. There were small smatterings of other chants as things finally came to an end, with Reigns picking up the win. The match took a complete backseat to the crowd, who had no interest in the bout given the participants involved. Next, we have a case where the fans were invested in both the wrestlers, but still hijacked the match with angry chants. This happened at NXT TakeOver Dallas when Finn Balor defended the NXT Championship versus Samoa Joe. Joe was busted open almost immediately, quickly developing a crimson mask that the referee attempted to clean up any chance he got. The medical team then had to step in as Joe's eye was bleeding like a fountain. The frequent stops received jeers and various chants from the crowd.
Let them fight, yep.
Has to be very careful. First 30 seconds of this
PG sucks.
It looked like the fans could finally enjoy the match as normal, with Joe is gonna kill you chants echoing throughout the arena.
And like I said, think about it. Joe was the heel, but they was here for both guys. At least with NXT, they was there for both guys at the time. There wasn't as bizarre war issues all the time. Most of the time they're here for both guys, but there are times they were before the faces of the hill, but sometimes depends on the which wrestler the hill they'll be for both those as well too. I mean, still a little dilemma in a way, conflicting, but still.
Continued to bleed heavily though. Due to how deep his cut was, this led to further breaks in the action that enraged the fans.
anywhere near your eye, it's going to swell up.
Fuck PG.
The medics cleaned up Joe one more time.
If people say fuck PG because they think like this is some PG shit because they don't want blood. That's why I'm saying fuck PG. They want them to keep fighting with the blood.
Which drew chants that Joe himself agreed with.
Let Joe bleed. He's shaking.
Fans then watched the last 7 minutes of action without any interruption as Finn Balor retained the NXT title. The match will be remembered for the constant stoppages and how the unrest in the audience grew after each one. In a PG environment, matches will usually stop to clear up any blood, especially a cut like the one we saw here. But given the type of character Joe was, perhaps this is one example where the wrestler should have been allowed to bleed.
Yeah, because anybody, Joe came from like other companies that let them keep bleeding while wrestling. That's the only thing. So yeah,
recurring match stops just weren't going to fly in front of such a hardcore NXT crowd. Bizarro world is the term often used by WWE.
He said it right. Bizarre world
To describe arenas where the reaction for the wrestlers is different from the norm.
Like Barcelona against Real Madrid.
Toronto was given this label more than most due to the city's boisterous crowds.
From the WWE universe.
Yeah, and this is Bayface Bailey, and they're booing her. Lad, Toronto definitely known for being the Canada definitely is a bizarre world crowd as well too. Puerto Rican almost was there for a minute with the Bianca and Io situation.
Bizarro world here in Toronto.
SummerSlam 2004 was a perfect example of this. The fans in attendance booed several babyfaces on the show, including all of the women involved in the Divas Dodgeball match, as well as Eugene and Edge.
Hey, crowd. Hold up! Ain't that your own people?
JBL's WWE title defense against The Undertaker, the crowd decided to have some fun. The bout began with various mild chants from different sections of the arena. The first bit of real shenanigans came when the Air Canada Center broke out into a wave.
WWE Championship match in the ring, and these fans are doing a wave.
Spanish table chants soon followed.
Well, the people here are chanting Spanish table, so I guess they like the looks of the table.
The match ended when Taker hit Bradshaw with the title belt for the DQ. Afterward, a fan jumped on top of JBL's limousine, which received the pop.
Whoa! Oh shit!
But the fan was lucky not to fall through the limo based on what happened next, as the dead man destroyed Layfield with a chokeslam through the gimmick roof of the vehicle.
Yup. Woo!
This was one of the few occasions where fans hijacked an Undertaker match. Props to Taz for acknowledging the fans' antics, as one of the worst things you can do in a situation like this is to ignore the crowd.
Booed the women, they booed Eugene, and now they're doing a world cover.
The 2015 Royal Rumble.
And shout out to Taz calling that out though too. I think he's doing it as calling out because he's supposed to be the heel commentator, but shout out from calling out because that's ridiculous, right? I mean, but fans, you gotta. That's why the fandom is whatever. But let's keep going.
Rumble event is proof that fans can negatively hijack entire shows because they don't like what they see. The NXT Takeover London show that took place the same.
I was about to say, I think we're gonna talk about that one. Oh man, don't, because that's one time I really feel bad because I was there at Philly. I felt bad for Roman. Especially his baby son. I mean, it was him Roman, he deserved it, but it was babyface Roman, and yeah, he's supposed to cheer for the babyface, but
year was the complete opposite. Here the fans stole the show by singing and chanting for wrestlers they liked and matches they enjoyed. The fans were vocal
that
from
loving
the
crowd
opening
ain't no
bell
joke.
where they chanted in favor of Asuka.
Such a high-profile signing for the
Yeah, man.
During the tag title bout, there were chants reminiscent of the ones you'd hear on a match day in a British football stadium. The London crowd.
Oh yeah,
famously-
this is when they were. Yeah, the London crowd's cool. See, their hijacking are cool. Their hijacking are for the men. Not on their border. They're for the babyface as well too. And for the record, Asuka was a babyface when she was going against Amber. But yeah, the London crowd's cool. They'll make a song out of you, especially if you're babyface, man. Especially if your name was Belly. That's why I miss the huggable, lovable Belly, because we ain't gonna get them kind of crowd action no more, man, because she's being a Karen.
Bailey during her women's title match against Nia Jax.
Yeah, here you go.
She can defend it. Until that happens, there's a chance.
All in all, it was an incredibly fun show with great matches that were made even better thanks to a raucous crowd.
Just squeeze! Just squeeze!
Stand up. Oh, ha! It was a little bit the opposite of Hey Gibson's shoes off. Oh my God, that's the only reason I love the crowd. NXT Live, NXT UK. Oh my God, that was the best one when they had the crowds the first though, and the Sass Gibson chants. Oh, loved it.
Sometimes play with beach balls during matches they're not interested in, or if they just want to have some fun.
Austin boot the shit out of it.
One such match where beach balls were perhaps the most prevalent was when Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston wrestled Sheamus and Cesaro on the Raw after WrestleMania 35. Fans were already on edge before the match, since they'd been robbed of a Kofi Kingston and Seth Rollins encounter thanks to a run-in from the bar which set up the tag match.
Joining forces here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
During the commercial, the crowd brought out the first beach ball of the night, which was unsurprisingly confiscated. A second beach ball was also grabbed by Cesaro.
Let's say Cesaro hate beach balls. And Jerry got knocked over.
Chants could be heard after Raw returned from commercial.
Knife edge chop from the Beast Slayer.
Before a third and fourth beach ball then appeared. It was beach ball mania in the stands. Back in the ring, AEW chants preceded the match's final sequence.
Yeah, Kofi all fired up, measuring his man. Look at
Kofi hit a Trouble in Paradise to set up a curb stomp that allowed Kingston and Rollins to earn the victory. This was a signature Raw after WrestleMania party match.
Both top toe baby faces, yep.
ECW crowds were notoriously
Again.
some of the most unforgiving fans of all time, so it was no surprise to see how they reacted to Big Show and Batista's match from the revived version of ECW in 2006. This was a match between two WWE wrestlers fighting over a WWE version of an ECW title in front of an original ECW audience, taking place in the Hammerstein Ballroom in Midtown Manhattan, a venue that was once a hotbed for Extreme Championship Wrestling. The crowd were on both wrestlers' backs immediately. Batista even argued with one fan, despite being a babyface. You both suck chants dominated the opening exchange. During the commercial, Big Show flipped off the crowd, told them how he felt.
Oh!
Fan.
Oh! Stop! What did this man say? Yo! Big Show Gangsta. He said, what did he say?
Insulted a fan.
He said, I fuck bigger women than you, pussy. Oh! Yo! Yo, Big Show.
All the while, the crowd continued to spit bullets with their chants.
Oh, God.
World Champion, the Big Show.
That's the worst feeling in the world when people start on your match. Why?
I bet. Like I said, like, even wherever your babyface or heel, wherever your babyface or the heel, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill. Like I said, it's a mood killer. Know what I mean? Especially more so if you're performing. You don't want to do the performance. It's a mood killer like crazy. Like they don't like. That's not one thing y'all understand. Like it's a mood killer. Not only for folks that watch on TV, unless you are just as much of a dickhead as the folks in the crowd, but it's a mood killer for real. Like it can be a mood killer at times, especially for the ones who perform in the match. Like they can't. It's not their fault. The booking is where it is. Like at times, damn.
Why is it boring? You know, it's boring because they're not interested. They're not emotionally invested.
Change the channel.
Change the channel. Damn.
We like it here on Sci-Fi.
Show would grab the title belt and hit Batista across the head with it, causing a disqualification.
Oh, there it is. Waiting right in front of the referee.
This decision summed up just how tone deaf and out of place both the match and the ECW revival was. Next, we'll look at a similarly hardcore New York audience that disliked the wrestlers in the ring. This time it was because the wrestlers in the match.
See now, this one here is justified. Now this one was very justified. I will say that this was understandably justified because Brock was leaving for the NFL and Goldberg didn't sign back. So why the fuck we would care if y'all don't give a shit about the WWE? Why the fuck we care? So yeah, this one was justified. This one was very justified right here. This one I give the fans a good pass about it because they gave us the big fuck you, so fuck we right back. So yeah.
Match was set to leave the company. We're talking about the infamous Brock Lesnar and Goldberg match from WrestleMania 20 inside Madison Square Garden. Before either man could lock up, deafening "You Sold Out" chants,
Yup.
as well as the "Hey Hey Hey Goodbye" song reverberated around MSG. This infuriated Lesnar and Goldberg.
Oh, he's getting the gold tee then.
Prompting special referee Stone Cold Steve Austin to remind them that the match had begun. The crowd soon turned their attention to the rattlesnake.
Of course.
Things eventually got physical, but the match continued to be panned by the audience.
The egos of these two massive individuals. Austin now reluctantly beginning a...
Hogan chants rang out from the crowd as a fan dressed as the Hulkster engaged in a promo battle with a fan dressed as the Macho Man. Both fans were reportedly thrown out for disrupting the show.
And think about it though, Goldberg was the face of it, but he was getting treated like a heel, and Brock was already a heel, but you know he's leaving for NFL, so yeah.
Goldberg eventually got the win by hitting his spear and jackhammer combination. Following the match, Lesnar threw up the double birds first to the camera,
That was to Vince right there. That wasn't to the fans.
and then to Austin, leading to Brock eating a stunner. There was one for Goldberg too, as Stone Cold stood tall in the ring, bringing an end to one of the most surreal matches in WWE history.
Yep. That's the only time. That's like out of the whole match. That's the only time the match got popped when Stone Cold Steve Austin gave them both a stunner.
As we've seen, if someone is leaving and the crowd knows about it, there's a good chance the fans might turn on the wrestler.
Same thing happened with Rock, man. This is why I said that's just fucked up.
This is what The Rock also experienced during his WWE Championship defense against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2002. The fans knew Rock was set to leave for Hollywood again. This, coupled with the show taking place in a wrestling hotbed like New York, meant the Great One wouldn't be going in as a clear fan favorite like usual. It was more of a mixed reaction for the People's Champion.
And
the Long Island...
This unfortunately will lead to him doing the Hollywood Rock heel persona. Right after.
The crowd were absolutely electric.
The audience was just going back and forth. The audience was a typical New York audience. They were having their own good time.
Meanwhile, the wrestlers maintained a similar energy, reacting to each chant they heard.
With the Rock, enters the ribs of the Rock, keeping the pressure on the lower back. Now to Rocky chance. I'm begging these people to pick a side.
The Rock even stopped at one point to take it all in.
Rock, you need to pick the game up now, my man. The undisputed title.
The finish came when Lesnar countered a rock bottom into an F5. Brock became the youngest WWE champion to date at age 25 in what proved to be a star-making match. After the show went off the air, The Rock embraced the negative reaction.
Yep.
Firmly planting the seeds for the Hollywood Rock run that was to follow. All in all, the fans hijacking this match worked in its favor. It was awesome to see how split the audience were at times. It made for one of the all-time great WWE main events, which drew comparisons to Rock's clash with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 earlier that year. For our last two entries, we'll go back to Roman Reigns' 2018 run, starting with his challenge.
They did this
Brock
man
Lesnar's
dirty.
Universal Championship.
Oh, of course it'll be this one. Of course it'll be this one. But how they did babyface for Roman dirty again. This is a quick reminder that the fans doing this. Reason why we're dealing with the bullshit with Hill trying to creep Roman right now because of that.
At WrestleMania 34, a large number of people simply were not interested.
And and there's a reason why the fuck we got to keep hearing acknowledge me because y'all kept fucking with him when he was a babyface.
This match, fans were expecting Lesnar to return to the UFC.
DC, I'm coming for you.
Meaning Mania 34 was like.
Did he the Hulk Hogan, the Booker T, Hulk Hogan, we come for you, nigga? Did he say that to DC? We come for you, nigga? What?
To be another crowning moment for Reigns, someone who many of the audience were not behind. This meant the audience quickly turned on the match. They began their hijack with chants for wrestlers who either weren't with the company or on the show.
A separated shoulder after that.
Then it was beach ball time, but security was quick to snatch the ball away, leading to boos and delete chants.
If it means tearing the title, he's had an opportunity.
Another ball appeared, however this one was gone within a few minutes.
Lesnar still stalking.
You Bird Suck chants and a wave also took place but couldn't be heard or seen on the actual broadcast. The more F5s Reigns kicked out of, the more the fans began to boo and jeer.
That was sad, man.
Oh my God! And now Lesnar.
Oh yeah, when he punched his head
Following
open.
a 6th F5, Lesnar picked up the win, surprising many in the process. Once he got back through the curtain, Brock hurled the Universal title at Vince McMahon.
Oh, this is when he tossed the title, yeah. Now I see why he did that, because he didn't give a shit. And that's what pisses off about Brock at time. This is when he started doing that belt hottest bullshit. He didn't give a fuck about the WWE title. That's what make the whole thing piss us off more about him being holding the belts hostage, because he really didn't give a fuck about WWE like that time though. He didn't care.
This was reportedly due to Vince changing the original finish, which would have had Reigns winning. A month after Mania, and fans still weren't taking well to the big dog. Reigns had been getting booed out of buildings in the lead up to his match at Backlash 2018 versus Samoa Joe.
And thank y'all to this day. Take to these fucked up fans while we dealing with the bullshit we dealing with now with Hill Chopper Creep Wayne, because of these dickhead fans who was fuck with him as a babyface. Know what I'm saying? There's people like me who showed love for him, the babyface, because you're supposed to cheer for the babyface. But because these dickhead crowds, now we're dealing with Reign of Terror number 2 or whatever the number it is. This is more than one Reign of Terror there with the dickhead version of him, not this version, the dickhead version we dealing with now. I just realized. Hold up. I just realized the whole time I had it on this, I didn't have it on full screen the whole time. Oh well. I've got to put it back on full screen.
But already got late by the time the Roman Joe match began, resulting in large sections of fans leaving, while many of the ones that remained proceeded to take over the show's main event between the two Samoans, which despite a hot start before the bell, was marred by rest holds. This gave fans the perfect opportunity to start up numerous chants.
He's 25%. Why he's the
Ooh, he can shut his arm, bro.
And it looks like Samoa Joe.
Attention then turned away from the match.
No question, his pace favors
Beat the
Samoa
traffic,
Joe.
really.
Reigns got the win after hitting a spear as the droves of people could be seen leaving the arena, putting an end to a pay-per-view that is best remembered for its weak final match. The hijacking of the main event would have been worse had much of the crowd not already left, while for the ones that stayed, you could tell how tired they were following a lengthy show. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to...
Yeah, I realized I think I ain't have it on full screen the whole time, but anyway, it was cool. Y'all still gonna see it, but yeah. This one, out of all of them, this one reminded me the most why we're dealing with Tribal Chief Roman Reigns right now holding the belt hostage to Infinity and Beyond, and this is why I'm pissed off. Why I get irked about fans wanting him to hold the belt forever, because you contributing to the punishment we're that fans us getting because of the dickhead fans who was messing with him with his babyface. You know what I'm saying. Hey, when they made him a hated hero and beloved villain, whatever. Now, whatever. It's y'all fucking fault. But anyway, other than that, though, this was still a good video, though. Just like I said, clear reminder of why we dealing with now with the Undisputed Championship right now because of this. But anyway, other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.